Hello guys, what's up? Really sorry for the delay. Without wasting the time, let's start. Also, I want to tell you that check the previous video for mark wise distribution and how to score at least 68% marks in the HSC board examination, Maharashtra board. I am telling you 68% because in the previous video I have stated that the plan would give you 72%, but guys have stated that मेरे चाचा विधायक नहीं है, I can't get full marks in the MCQ section, so that's why 68. Also the tips I will give in future, no, not in future, in some next 2 3 days, that how to score 70 above 70% marks. New tips will I'll give. So let's start with the quote: quantity doesn't matter, quality does. Yes, someone has said it right, that quantity doesn't matter, quality does. Now we have very little time, but we have to utilize it smartly. So let's begin without wasting the time. Coming to the mathematics section, the easy topics you have to do are matrices, logic, linear programming, vectors. Simple. From part 1 you have to do these topics, and these will give you pretty decent marks. Only focus on these topics. Yes, in less time we have to study smart, so we have to practice these things. And in part 2, differentiation, the main thing is differentiation, because many theorems are asked from differentiation. Also continuity, you have to practice a little bit the simple questions, because the MCQs or like 2 marks question are from this topic, continuity. Yes. And also theorems of integration. I know you guys are watching this video and you are pretty much worried about integration, that you don't know how to solve integration. So yes, integration holds a pretty much of weightage of whole paper. So what we can do, that in these days we can mug up the theorems of integration, and yes, they are asked frequently. You can also see the previous year question papers. Next topic is probability and binomial distribution. Now don't tell me that you don't know how to solve this topic, because these are very simple topic. And finally, these topics will give you a pretty amount of marks. So yes, you have to do all these things: matrices, logic, linear programming, vectors, differentiation, continuity, theorems of integration, probability and binomial distribution. Let's move to chemistry. Guys, this was my weakest point, and yes, I want to tell you that I scored 74% last year, and if I have been scored above 50 marks in chemistry, I don't know where I could be. But apart that, chemistry, what you have to do is chemistry in everyday life: solid state, coordination, compound, laws, definition, electronic configuration, and uses of elements. Because see, I want to tell you that last year the question were like fuel cell, define enthalpy, electronic configuration of sulfur and krypton, define leaching, metallurgy, homopolymer, elastomer, a number of things which were easy. And if you read them right now, and what you have to do is just pick up 21 of Navneet of chemistry, and all things are there. Means part wise they have been given. So yes, you have to do mug up all those things. Don't try to understand, because this is not the time. When the time when it was for understanding, we have chilled out, hang out, and did whatever thing we don't have to do. So yes, now mug up. And electronic configuration, all these things are given in 21 specifically and very precisely. You have to do all those things. And then let's come to physics. Here also, definition such as centripetal force, centrifugal force. This is the favorite question of the examiner, because yes, you can see you have proof all the things of last year papers. So yes, you have to do definitions. Second thing, you have to go for diagrams. You have to practice diagrams such as banking of roads, blah blah blah, and there are so many diagrams. All things are given precisely in 21. So this is the best book studying in the last month of boards. Simple equation and derivations such as Newton's second law of gravity. What fucking law is that? Newton's second law. And differentiate between such as centripetal force, centrifugal force, and harmonic. What things were those? I am not really getting. And yes, semiconductor terms such as what is LED, what is what we can say, PN junction, diode, etc. don't be run behind numerical problems, because yes, those will create problem, you will get confused, etc. And what you have to do is do all those things just 1.5 hour a day. Means for every section, give physics 1.5 hour a day, give chemistry 1.5 hour a day, give mathematics 1.5 hour a day, and rest you have to do on your own. I'm here only to guide you, but all things you have to do. Um so from where we have to study, yes, MCQ from previous year papers, Navneet 21. Those are very helpful, and also the MCQs which you have been writing the paper, such as in your tuitions, coachings, or in your college, or the test series you have joined. Mug up all those MCQs, because what happened when you mug up the MCQ and when you see the MCQ in the question, you do, if also if you just forget what was the answer, by seeing the options you can take the answer, and that's the best thing you can do, because the answer itself is there. And also, yes, you have to do that only. And uttam paper solution, if possible, one guy asked, is that good? Yes, I also did that. But if you are reading Navneet 21 and you are did you means you are 90% done with that, so no problem, it's not necessary. And the best thing you can do is take previous 5 years question paper of Maharashtra board. And what you can do, that accept numericals and big questions, mug up all the things, like definitions, laws, etc. You know what I'm talking about, because you have the idea. And let's thank you, and comment any query or problem you are having. I'll help you whatever it takes. And also comment if you want to make me a video for important questions for each subject, because trust me, last year I also guessed them questions on my experience, and those really came in the paper, and I was surprised. That's how I got 74%. And don't buy Uttam solution if you want me to make the important question video, because I assure you that those questions will come. And if you also don't want to read whole 21, so again and again I'm telling you that my videos will be helpful for you, so please comment if you want me to do. And also I'm going to make separate video for English section, because many of you guys will be asking or doubting that where is the English section, because that takes a that's a very different section, I would like to tell, because these are technical subjects, subjective subjects, and English is like a language, means also that's a language only. So I'll make another video in which I'll tell you the proper way of letter writing, the proper way of each and everything. And also make sure you subscribe so you get the video as soon as possible. Thank you very much.